You scum! How could you defeat me?
Because you're
What
not...
madness is this? Did you think I would allow
He's
you
not
to
what?
level your blade at Lady Corrine?
He's a villain, not the protagonist.
Filthy resistance traitors
I don't see
here.
what that has to do
I
with
can't be
anything.
blamed for
No one
failing
can beat the
to recognize her under
protagonist.
These conditions.
Where is your
What about
honor?
the Queen of Ice? She beat us.
She's the final boss. We can't beat her yet.
How does that feel, Rygar? How angry are
Kind of
you?
rude.
Go.
You don't change, do you? Looking down on me from your pedestal.
Also, you know, we're
You'll
sort of
come to
the
regret that
secret
attitude.
resistance group,
Oh, soon enough.
and he's
Farewell.
pretty much the definition of the man.
Sure.
So
But
why
he's
don't
not
we
the
just kill
king,
him?
right?
We have, like,
Just
every
let him
excuse to
go.
kill him.
We might have been able to get a ransom for a knight captain. That was a waste. A big waste.
Can we kill her?
Rygar and Ooka.
No, because she was
Just what is
correct.
between those two?
I mean, she wasn't wrong.
Whoa!
Wait, what?
Brothers?
There's a
Drama.
lot of Tsuma.
Rygar, why did you let him live?
Yeah.
Well, that was a big
Hand of
drama
one
bomb
knight
to, like,
captain will
not
change
talk about.
nothing.
But he will be back with
Yeah, a
fresh
little bit.
troops. You are the traitor, aren't you?
Hey, hold on.
I like the black bar in the middle that cuts off the side of their
Traitor?
Corrine, quick to defend him, I
their
see.
models.
Of course.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
hasn't done
The way it
anything
sort of
wrong,
just
that's
divides the
why.
screen in
Yeah,
half.
it's
Can't
pretty
believe
funny.
You people.
It
Did you
is,
expect him
and
to kill his own brother?
I always thought that, like, the
Brother,
background would
you
show
say?
some split there too, but it doesn't, and I have no clue why
Settles
they
the
did it
matter.
that way.
I think it's probably because the background isn't one model, and then they just, they layered the other two models on top.
Well, the background's just in in-engine perspective, and they've got,
Yeah.
you know, the
That's
two
what we
models.
intend to find out,
I guess
Corrine.
in, like,
Men,
each in their
tie the
own,
prisoner up and take him away.
windows,
Quickly.
invisible windows in front. I know very little about computer programming, but this is
Yeah,
obviously
but-
how they do it.
But yeah, the black, the line,
We've seen that.
I know.
Oh, okay.
we were just commenting on it because it's really funny.
Well, it only really happens with her.
And Rygar.
Oh,
Yeah.
it does?
Yeah.
Oh.
The
I am your leader.
shoulder
Dare
pads.
you insult
Yeah.
me?
They're large enough, shall we say.
Milady, enough, please.
Rygar? You're not coming down with a case of moronitis, are you?
Feeding off of your emotions and making this situation worse is also quite foolish.
But
Consider your position. You must not make any rash decisions, milady.
Actually, she
Because
has
you're
to
the
make all sorts of
princess.
rash
I know.
decisions.
Then that settles it. Take him away. Now then, we shall begin the interrogation. Do not interfere. Remain calm, for all our sakes. Remain calm.
I want to punch
Angry
him.
now.
You know, I just don't understand how an unreasonably happy man is going to be able to remain
What
calm in
next?
any situation.
You're not about
Yeah.
to run off with your tail between your legs, are you?
I also like how Atsuma says I'm angry and is not acting angry at all.
Behind all this,
Must be that giggling
That's
man,
why he said
right?
it.
He certainly is suspicious.
we need to
Just
expose
so
him
we would
and
know.
Prove Rygar's innocence.
Let's gather
You
intelligence.
have no... Oh, okay.
Gather intelligence means talking to people!
Wait. Hold on. Atsuma said let's gather intelligence.
No.
Yes.
Anyone else noticing the irony here?
Yay, I love this music.
A man who lacks intelligence wants intelligence. That seems reasonable.
Yeah,
A
right.
very doable goal.
The giggling man.
Yeah, because they don't want to keep calling him the unreasonably happy man.
That makes sense.
It would have been nicer if they changed, you know, his name to Giggling Man at some point in the middle of
That
it.
would have been pretty good, yeah.
But
maybe-
they haven't
may-
done that for anybody because these are their actual names.
Right.
And that's a thing that's hard to remember.
I still don't like that scream. Or whatever that is, that screeching sound.
Yeah, the thing that sounds like a bird call.
Yeah. But
A
not
not
a...
particularly good bird
Yes, there we go.
call. I can understand that.
Former nurse. Well, I'm glad she got into the right profession.
Well, I mean, the former nursing field is very booming these days.
Man, I hope she never gets better. Her name was...
Man with a notebook. A man can do a lot with a notebook.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're not
Especially since
suspicious
he has
at all.
probably the only... No,
The
we
only
found out
notebook.
earlier he's the accountant who's been embezzling
Yep.
lots
Oh.
of money.
When did that happen?
The first of these episodes, I think.
Okay. So it was another point where we weren't paying attention to anything.
I knew it.
Well, you've played through this before.
And
So you were forced to pay attention, I guess?
I usually don't pay attention to this game.
You
when
were
I
more
play it.
you are more likely to have paid attention than I am.
Sure. I can believe that.
Distinct eyes. They look pretty copy and paste to me.
Downcast.
Oh.
He also looks like he's kind of staring straight ahead, which is...
No, he looks like he's
No,
staring at Kareem's
he's just
boobs.
depressed.
He's staring at the boobs.
I believe it.
They're down. They're cast downward.
I believe it.
Well, not
Good
theirs.
point. Good point.
You know, I'm glad we took a break because I don't think I could have handled another episode after the last one broke me.
That was not good. It was quite... Well, I was just gonna say it's quite bad, but I
Yeah.
think I made that fairly clear.
I mean, I think we all thought it was pretty bad.
Yeah. But it's a good thing that we're learning so much more about Yuki as a character now that she's on our party.
Yeah, she's so nuanced.
Well, she likes money and things that can be purchased from money, and this creates tension within the character.
And things that can be sold for money.
She's got everything coming and going. Well, no, she doesn't really like the things that
Oh
can
God, I
be sold
just
for money.
realized
She
who
likes
she
the
is.
act of...
Yuki is Annis
I have no clue who that is.
from Tales of the Abyss.
Still nothing.
Oh, okay. Alright.
And she's like Riku.
I actually made that comparison a couple days ago.
And I said no because Final Fantasy X Riku was actually a pretty good character, and Final Fantasy X-2 Riku shouldn't have
Existed.
been in the game. Yeah.
No, I made the comparison that, you know, he's obviously Titus,
Yeah.
and Kareen is Yuna, and Yuki is Riku. And he was like, no, this is not FF10, so stop doing that. Which is fair.
I know. I mean, if I were to have done FF10, I think it should have just been about Pain. It should have just, the main character should have been Pain, and there should have been completely new people. You could have.
What
you
you're
could have
saying
had,
is you want FF13.
No, FF13 is completely different.
I mean, the main character is basically a female Cloud, which is pretty much what Pain is.
No. Pain's very different than, I'm so confused, I don't know what's going on.
I mean, Lightning...
Her whole thing was she was a part of an organization that she was ashamed to be a part of,
Sure.
and left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sour old man!
Then again, their...
He's a pretty great old man.
Then again, their female version of Cloud is based on a version of Cloud that didn't actually exist in FF7, so...
He does cross-dress.
Yes, but he is not dour and terse.
No, he's just kind of an ass.
He's cocky and quippy and kind of fun. And not Squall.
What if every Final Fantasy character is actually the same person? And they've
You
just been lying to us this whole time.
You just blew my mind.
I know. I also do that.
Especially because, you know, I have experienced FF7 fairly recently, and they're not all the same character. God,
No,
what
I mean
happened-
all the protagonists.
What happens if he actually becomes strong? That'll be an awkward day.
Well, no, it's just, he just has to be more humble.
Oh, okay. I actually agree with Walking Dictionary.
Yeah. I
Yes,
mean, Walking
he-
Dictionary's not a stupid guy.
He makes a good point.
Yeah. I was also trying to talk to Rygar there. Couldn't do it.
If you could smash through a cell,
Yeah.
and someone arrested you and you sat in the cell, wouldn't that be proof that you were innocent?
No.
No?
No.
Well, we could ask Sepp Blatter in a few months.
No, he's not going to jail.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
For what?
Corruption?
He's been charged under, like, the RICO statutes,
Yeah.
which are... Those are the laws that we
Do you know what that means?
to go after the mob.
No, I know. I'm very knowledgeable.
Like, it means
Do you know what
that-
that means? It means he's never coming to the U.S. Do you want to know what he had only done once before? Come to the U.S. He has
Right,
no
but-
interest in it. He has no interest in us as a country because we're not a FIFA egghead.
That's true, but he's not allowed to leave Switzerland right now.
Yeah, I know.
And Switzerland is going to extradite.
Have they said that?
They haven't said that, but we have a special extradition treaty with Switzerland that says,
Oh, if we do, then
for
yeah.
certain crimes, we can't force it, but for a certain number of crimes, including financial manipulation and bribery crimes,
we
we can.
Oh.
And
I would be really happy. I mean, to be honest, that would make us the darling of FIFA.
Yeah.
Like, everybody in FIFA...
Well, no.
oh,
It's
everybody
not
in the
like
world is
country
already
of the
like,
world.
wait, you
They're
arrested
FIFA would
like
hate us.
everybody
FIFA
in
already
FIFA?
hates us. The organization?
What?
Doesn't FIFA, the organization, actually hate us because we've delved so far into this?
Well, I mean, there are the people we have arrested or, like, not subpoenaed, but,
Accused?
like, served and stuff. They don't like us because we're doing something that had never been done before to them, and that was enforce
Laws.
power against them.
Right.
I mean, FIFA has, for a long time... Like, you know how we get pissed off at the NFL? That's what FIFA is to the world,
right.
And they shit on everyone.
Mm-hmm. FIFA basically existed above the law, believing that there's no possible way they could do wrong.
And because the sport
FIFA.
has become more and more popular in the U.S. actually started caring.
Right.
And the problem is they didn't try and whine us. If you're gonna do all that shit they did, you gotta whine and dine us. If they had given us the World Cup, I think we were against Qatar, or I don't know, we might have been against Russia. I can't remember. I doubt we would have been doing this.
Right.
Well, Russia was just the normal bribery that goes on.
Yeah.
But Qatar was really above the pale.
Yeah.
And I think it was more that it became obvious enough then that, these guys weren't even good at this whole bribery thing. If you look at the indictment and read some of those stories. Like, there were just straight up bags of money getting passed around.
Right.
Which is,
Isn't that kind of the American political ideal?
No. Like,
always go back to the man with a notebook. It'd be best if he was a save point.
That would be pretty good.
That would be pretty good.
Like, sit down and tell me your story.
So what, man with a notebook just follows us all around everywhere?
Sure, why not?
Well, given how well this resistance group is going, he's probably going to be in need of a new job soon, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this is you trying to figure out...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just, the typical talk to every NPC, because there are 4 of them we need to talk to and get the information from. At this point, I'm thinking I might have missed someone.
Right.
And it turns out, and I find this out in a while, remember Casanova?
Okay.
He's one of the people we need to talk to.
Do we want to just jump cut to that?
No.
Oh, okay.
You all have to suffer along with me.
Alright.
Yeah. Also, if we do that, this video will not be long enough to actually go up. Let me just say.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But we're getting to play detective.
Yeah.
Yeah. It turns out the really creepy guy who we don't like. We were correct to not like him.
That makes sense. How long does it take you to figure out that you have to go talk to Casanova?
It'll take a little while.
Does it take the next 14 minutes?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I actually finish this episode, go off air, and then find him. That's not true. That would be bad.
I hope not.
Yeah, but I did find this letter. That I had a surprising amount of difficulty going up.
Well, Atsuma had to remember that he knows how to do things with ladders.
They should have just refresher tutorials every now and again.
It would be pretty awful.
It would actually be amazing.
I didn't say it would be awful in a bad way.
Okay. Then that works.
Yeah. Oh, so he's Wormtongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Alright. I can dig it.
I mean, that sort of
Sorry.
seemed like what you should have picked up instantly.
You're still assuming that I'm paying attention.
Yes, because I went, I was slavering over a hot Xbox controller making this for you.
Uh-huh.
And you're just gonna throw my work in my face?
You aren't making this LP for me. At least I hope you're not making it for me.
Well, who am I making it for? The people with something awful?
Yeah? Aren't you?
Hi, 3 people!
That's accurate, actually.
Yeah.
We don't have very many viewers.
That's true. But
it's
it's
the
not
viewers
like
we
we're
do
doing
have,
it for them.
Yeah. The viewers we do have, we have them.
Yeah?
Yeah. Didn't think of that, did you?
I mean, you and I still have the vast majority of the posts in our thread.
Well, it doesn't help
because
that I didn't. You guys didn't even send me a link to it until like the 4th or 5th episode.
I mean,
I'm in it and I couldn't even see it.
the two of us don't really need to comment on the LP.
I'm not gonna comment it. I just hadn't seen it.
Oh, okay.
I know I'm in it and I've been there, quote unquote, but
I can confirm that you are you're in the videos. I didn't.
yes.
I have checked the videos, and you are definitely there.
Good. I don't know. You guys could have been editing me out and just Peanuts adult
would be
me like.
too much work.
That would be way too much work.
Yeah, probably.
It would be hilarious though. Now I kind of wish I had done that.
Do it for one episode, and we won't tell them which one.
If you guys are willing to have separate microphones.
Ugh. No, I'm joking.
And you record on different computers and give you different audio files?
Figure it out and be minimally competent on your own. It's a solved
Jeez.
problem.
Ouch.
I mean, I didn't want to rub it in your face too much, but yeah, I did.
You asshole.
A little bit. I wish. there
Right
was
now?
some box- Yeah.
Right now. He
Yeah.
finds the ladder, and he's like, oh, hey, maybe I should go this way.
Well, I knew about the ladder, and I think I was torn between, oh shit, do I actually have to go to that guy in the beginning? And, I could probably just leave. Fuck this base.
Yeah?
And it's...
But then you would be losing Rygar.
shit.
And as we all know, he does own.
But on the other hand, I gained Yuki. That's sort of still on the first hand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now you have traded Rygar for Yuki, which seems like a terrible deal for you.
On both sides of it, yeah.
So
But-
yeah. I think it's
Yeah.
worth it to stick around if it means you can get Rygar back.
Do we need We do need Rygar. He's probably a plot device.
He's
for
also
later.
one of the most powerful members of our party.
That's true.
Yeah.
And we're trading down for Yuki,
Ugh.
who she's the Ketchi of this game.
She's the Tamagotchi.
Oh, the
cat.
Kate Sith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just forced her way into our party.
Well, people do
Yeah,
that
pretty much.
because the jerks.
hmm So, there were, all of 2 things that Kate Sith did in Final Fantasy VII that were plot relevant?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Kate Sith.
They all happened.
Yeah.
3 things.
Oh, I thought one was, throwing
He
the black materia to...
He stole the keystone.
Yeah. And then he killed himself.
He killed himself to get the black materia, and then he saved Barrett and Tifa from getting executed.
Oh, he did that? Okay.
Yeah.
Still useless.
And yeah. Well, and he was Avalanche's mole into Shinra, which was useful at the end. Because it let Avalanche know that they needed to go back into Midgar and keep the cannon from firing again.
Oh, yeah.
Well played. Well played.
I'm joking. Just joking.
I still believe it's Kareen. She's been alive.
I'll say this: the man in the notebook had a lot of notes on her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he had a lot of notes on many people. They were all girls. He's just a pervert.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. He's no Casanova, but...
Well, not many people can be. Though, I'll admit I'm sort of lying there and I'm being unfair to him. He's not, doing any sort of sex crime, just financial fraud. And that's fine. We've been over it.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, and something I just noticed while watching this video. You know how the bridge to the main base was out, so we had to go this long way around?
Yeah. It's back?
They put planks over the hole in it, so yes, I could be just walking over it right now.
Okay.
But I did not, so we get to climb like an extra 5 ladders.
Okay.
Damn it, Yui. I had to remember your name for a minute.
In exchange for a gondola ride, so it's all fun.
Why would they put planks up? They would want those not to be there.
Stop breaking up!
Gotta get your money's worth on that tutorial.
And it appears that they're gone, but right now
It
we're
is
just
a
going
really
back
nice
and
base.
Yeah. The visual design of this game is pretty good.
I believe the plan is to confront the Arsenal leader about the fact that his best bud is doing not particularly great things. Which is just a reasonable way
Wait,
to
I'm
go
confused.
about everything, isn't it?
Is this a church or a fort?
Yes.
Brian?
Hold on.
Their internet. It is just a huge pain. Anyway, here is us going back. God damn it.
Later. Do you have a moment? Huh? Looks like he isn't here.
Yeah. The door is locked, too.
Shall I pick it? I can, you know. A lock like this?
Useful is a stretch.
Oh hey,
And
Yuki's
then
doing
it-
something
Take
vaguely
the
useful.
prisoners away again.
That moron.
Hello!
Where is he now?
Yuki is doing
This
something
so
that we can pretend to be
frustrating.
useful.
We don't have time for these stupid games. If the
Not
knights
the-
come
I guess
back,
it's
they'll
about
take
time.
The Magicore. In fact, forget the knights. The Queen of Ice could show up at any minute.
You guys still there?
London could be at hand, and yet here we are, bickering among ourselves. I'm just so frustrated. This is pitiful.
Don't get worked up.
Ooh.
Worry gives you wrinkles.
Below the belt.
Shut up! A kid like you couldn't possibly understand what I'm going through.
Oh, yeah? Like I'd want to.
You want to settle this, do you? Come on!
Hey, hold on a minute, Kareen.
Wait,
I know
Kareen,
how
there's
you're
not even
feeling,
an outside to
but
take
this
this. What are you
isn't gonna
doing?
solve anything.
Oh, you understand
Why are you being
how
crazy?
I'm feeling, do you? Just what do you think you will understand? After all, you're not human, are you, Atsuma?
Dick,
That's
move!
a pretty low
For
blow.
war, that's all. As if you
Come on,
could
Kareen.
understand anything.
You're better than that.
She goes. What was that all about?
Yuki, let's call it a night, okay? We can continue this tomorrow. I'm tired.
Okay. I'm fine with that. See you tomorrow, Atsuma.
What the hell is going on? My internet's fine.
Oh,
Kareen
okay.
sure is
Rygar's in
wild.
prison, and we just don't care anymore
I wonder
because
how
they
Rygar
fought.
is doing. I
Cool.
don't know if they'll let me see him, but I'll go take a look.
You know, one thing I haven't understood is why the prison is inside the dormitory. Like, it sort of seems like you'd want to put it somewhere else, just in case potentially they broke out.
Hey,
You know?
could you let me have a word with Rygar?
But
Of course not. He's a suspected traitor.
I guess it is where it
Come
is.
on, can't you make an exception? Just a little one for me? A few words isn't gonna make much difference, right?
I'm not sure.
I'll be quick, I promise. I'll tell you a juicy secret about Kareen. Okay?
You will.
Okay, you here for real?
No.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Just a brief word then.
Great, thanks.
So basically, I was just talking
I'll
about
pick the blame,
how
okay?
it doesn't...
So watch
act-
yourself, okay?
Okay,
Okay, it's on your end because you guys have shitty internet, deal with it. Anyways, I had just been talking about, while you were gone, how it doesn't really make a lot of sense now that I think about it to put the jail cell inside the dormitory. Because...
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Well, I mean, like...
Because for
what
one
if Rygar
thing,
breaks
prisoners
out?
always snore. We know that.
hey,
That's
Rygar,
always in
That-
movies. They
how are you
snore.
doing?
Not as well as you, I fear. How is Lady Kareem?
Also,
why
this
does
is
it-
his
Start
prison?
getting to her a bit.
Why doesn't it
Considering
have
the
bunk
situation
beds?
Pretty nice prison.
If there's
all
one
this
thing I know
internal
about prisons, it should have
politics
bunk
and
beds
wrangling is
and
a
weights.
bit much for her.
Two things I know about
See,
prisons.
That's true.
We're trying to prove your innocence, of course. Aside
Brian,
from
what's
being
happening
suspicious
right
of
now
Ooka
in
and
your
the giggling
screen?
Man, not much
We
progress.
are talking to
You learned
Rygar,
Nothing else?
and
Well,
he's wondering why we haven't
Yeah,
learned
okay.
anything
Seem to
ever in
have a
our
connection
lives.
to the Knights.
To the Knights?
Yeah, so we're still synced up. I
We
didn't
saw
stop the
that
video or
London
anything.
Castle with that nobleman,
I just
remember?
rambled
The latest
incoherently
with
for a couple
Casino.
minutes.
Oshin did stop the
I
video.
think we're probably a couple seconds behind you, but I think it'll
I
be
see.
fine.
Then Ooka may indeed.
Considering the other
Well,
problems that we had,
pretend
I
that
think
you
this
didn't
is
screw everything
reasonable.
up like that.
What?
What
Hey!
happened between you and Ooka? Why
Yeah,
are you at
did
odds?
something wrong?
At odds?
Pretty accurate.
That's an
That's what I
understatement,
thought.
I fear. Ooka hates me. Deeply.
His own brother?
Yes.
That's
A connection
terrible.
between Ooka and the
I don't
leader.
know what happened, but I hope you can make up.
No, that's a connection between Ooka and
You are
Rygar.
naive, Atsuma.
Yeah.
But that's good.
Are you mocking me, Rygar?
Not at all. Atsuma.
Which I
Look
think
after Lady Kareem.
we already knew
She
about.
is reckless, as you know by now.
Yep.
Keep an eye on her, don't worry.
My thanks.
Well,
I mean, sometimes brothers hate each other, right?
See you later.
Yeah. Sad but true.
You're both only children. You have no fucking clue about any of this.
I am not an only child, you...
You're basically an only child.
That's insulting. You just insult... No, I'm not.
Well, for
I mean,
one,
okay,
I forgot
my-
you had a sister, and two, she's enough
That's
older
not
than you
my
that-
problem!
And two, she's enough older than you that it's not exactly like the two of you had... You know, you didn't grow up together as much as
That's true.
she was more of an authority figure to you, based on what you said.
I mean, you're not wrong, but, you know, she's still my older sister, and we're still siblings, and I grew up in a household that had a sibling, so I'm not an only child.
Fair enough. Also...
I certainly didn't have 3 parents.
Yeah, that's true.
I had 2 parents.
Yeah. 2 parents. Good number of parents.
Because my dad left.
Yep. And the video's over. On
Yep.
my side. And
Yep.
one thing
Yes.
that I'm not going to mention is, you know how I walked up to the door and then saved? It turns out the place I was actually supposed to go was still back in the dormitory, and I just left to go to the refectory and saved in front of that door.
Okay.
Because I'm good at this.
Cool. So you'll make it work, right?